All right, please. Good afternoon, people. Today is Friday, the 15th of May. We have the student's book, page 27. We have the next part of the nomadic people on previous page from the culture section. We didn't read this part yet, but I have a video of these, but we can talk about it very quickly. All right, as you can see in the pictures, okay, we have three groups of people, and they are called nomadic ones, nomadic people. A good definition for nomadic is what we have here, in the pictures. People that they don't settle in an area, but they continue their paths. Maybe sometimes they stay in one city, and other times they move to a different one. So they're nomadic, like in Spanish, nómades. All right. Now, for nomadic people, I will need a volunteer to help me with the reading very quickly, okay? One of those volunteers that I end up picking up. So let's see who can be. Maybe. All right. Thank you. Thanks for the information. All right, Jimena, please help us with the title and the introduction, please.
Nomadic people. Most of us are used to living in the same place. Every day, all year round, we go home. But for some people around the world, home is a place that moves. Here are three groups of people who have a nomadic way of life.
Exactly. They have a home, but this home is movement, constant movement. It moves around. All right. Now, first of these three are the Tuareg people. Now, we can continue with this, or we can listen to the audio. Would you like to listen to it? I think you would. So let's play the audio. I will play the audio now, only once. Please take some notes if you want to, but it's okay, it's all written, but we will hear it now.
Nomadic people. Most of us are used to living in the same place. Every day, all year round, we go home. But for some people around the world, home is a place that moves. Here are three groups of people who have a nomadic way of life. 1. The Tuareg. In the central part of northern Africa, which is mostly desert, you can find the Tuareg people, who call themselves Imoag, meaning free people. Most of the Tuareg people are found in Mali, Niger and Algeria, although some can also be found in Libya and Burkina Faso. However, being nomadic people, they regularly cross national borders. They have their own language, Tuareg, which is spoken by around 1.2 million people. But many Tuareg people also speak Arabic and/or French. The Tuareg people are mostly Muslim, although some traditional beliefs remain from before the arrival of Islam. In the past, the Tuareg people moved around the desert areas with their cattle, mainly between places where water could be found. Due to the formation of new countries and stricter borders, severe droughts and urbanization, nomadic life became more difficult in the 20th century. This led many Tuareg people to settle in towns and cities. Sometimes the Tuareg people are called the blue people of the Sahara because of the blue turbans that the men wear, which often gives their skin a blue color. 2. The Shahsevan. This tribe lives in an area of northwest Iran and eastern Azerbaijan. There are approximately 100,000 of them. In the spring, the Shahsevan move from their winter home in Azerbaijan to their camps near Mount Sabalan, about 200 kilometers south, for the summer. Their journey usually takes around 3 or 4 weeks. Each day, they travel from midnight to midday, when the heat begins to prevent further travel. Traditionally, the women and children traveled on camels and the men rode horses or walked. But increasingly, the Shahsevan are using lorries and tractors. When they reach their destination, everyone, including children, is involved in setting up the main camp, consisting of various types of tent. They stay there until September, when the return journey begins. Many of the Shahsevan believe that their way of life is dying out, that their grandchildren will not do the annual migration anymore. 3. Aborigines. The Aboriginal people of Australia have been living there for 40,000 years, since long before Europeans arrived. But they are not one single group. For example, there are over 200 different languages spoken by the Aborigines. The Aborigines are hunters and gatherers, almost always on the move. Principally, it is the women who gather food and care for children, while the men are the hunters. They have very few possessions, and the ones they have are mostly light, since they need to keep moving in search of food and to maintain a balanced diet. They eat seeds, fruit and vegetables, as well as small animals, snakes and insects. However, they occasionally decide to settle somewhere and form villages.
We talked about these three groups of nomadic people, right? And what do they all have in common? What is it about culture, tradition? Can we define people or groups by their culture, the way of life, their traditions? Is that so? Yeah, that would be good, right? That's a good answer. Yes, they have in common that they are from different cultures, the traditional ones, yes, of course. But each one of them bring their culture into wherever they go. So that's what it's about being nomadic. They continue their traditions, their customs, their religion, their traditions, everywhere they go. And maybe this is good because you can express your culture and let others see and learn a little bit from you. They all have good ideas or good topics too. All right, now let's go with the next page. Next page is where we get all the magic. All right, guys, page number 27. Exercise 3. Here it says, according to the article, which group or groups only travels twice a year? All right. Who is very good at reading comprehension? I know you a little bit, but I think a good one is Marcelo. Marcelo, please, can you turn on your microphone? I guess we go with somebody else. All right. Good afternoon, Juan Carlos. Okay. Are you ready for the weekend?
Yes.
All right. You have the tour planned, huh? From the kitchen to the balcony to the grass. What's your tour? Do you have a plan? No?
In the weekend I will stay in my bedroom and sleep and sleep and sleep.
Oh, there's nothing better than getting some energy. Recharge batteries. Alrighty, let's see, JC. Question 1. Okay, according to the article, which of these groups only travels only twice a year? This group, only one. Or maybe 2, who knows?
Then the number 2, the second.
The Shansaban. The Shansaban, okay. Question 2. According to the article, which groups doesn't own many things?
The Aborigines.
The Aborigines. Yes. Number 3. Which group speaks more than one language?
Aborigines.
The Aborigines. All right. Question 4. Which group sometimes lives together in villages?
Sometimes. Aborigines again.
Okay, yeah. I heard Aborigines most of the time. Number 5. Which one of these groups moves from one country to another?
Tuareg.
Tuareg. Number 6. Which group has seen their lifestyle change?
Tuareg.
The Tuareg people. Okay, thank you very much and goodbye. Let's type on the middle one. Okay, if you take a look on your book and you do a second reading, here's the process of called scanning. What means scanning? When you have to pay attention to each of the paragraphs where you can find the answer. Sometimes we do a reading only once, but it's suitable if we do it a second or 3 or as many times as we feel comfortable. But in each time we read, we need to scan very carefully, pay attention to what it would be the good answer for this. All right, thank you very much, Juan Carlos and Samantha. All right, question number 4, vocabulary. Match the highlighted words in the article to the definitions. Okay, let's go back to the article. And here you can see, for example, for the Tuareg, we have national borders remain. For also the droughts, sequías, for the Shansavan, destination, annual, and for the aborigines, we have principally possessions and diet. Okay, we need to click these ones with number 4, with these concepts. All right. Okay, let's hear from Pamela. Hello, Pamela. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
How are you?
I'm tired.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. I'm extremely tired. I'm exhausted. Okay. But the weekend is ahead, so that's very good.
Yeah.
Pamela, for number 1, national borders, which is the most suitable concept for that, to continue with this? National borders.
Or
Let's read. Let's read some. Things that people have and keep, has nothing to do with that. All the things that you eat, the places where one country ends and another begins. How about that one?
I guess it's that one.
Yeah, because the border, it means like division. Yeah, exactly. It's a division from one place to another. So a good definition for this should be the places where one country ends and another begins. A national border. Okay, how about the verb remain?
Stay, continue.
Okay, stay, continue, remain. Yeah, for example, traditions, they remain. Our traditions, we still eat ceviche, and it will be always like that. Okay, number 3, how about droughts?
Times when it doesn't rain and there's a little or no water.
Exactly, very good, the droughts. This can also be used when you talk about bad luck. You have a drought. In some sports, for example, I don't know, Alianza Lima is going through a drought, which means they don't have a championship yet. So that also applies here. Destination, please.
I guess is on a journey or trip, the place you want to get to.
Yeah, like in the GPS, no? At the end of all the instructions to arrive, it says your destination is at your left or is at your right. Okay, number 5, annual.
That happens once every year.
Exactly. Principally.
Mainly.
Yes, mainly. An adverb. By an adverb. Possessions.
Things that people have and keep.
Okay, good. And the diet, a good diet or bad diet? All the things you eat. So that would be considered diet. It doesn't matter if it's good for you or bad for you. If it's your regular style of eating, then it's your diet. All right, good job, Pamela. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And bye. Alrighty, now we have a speaking section. This is very nice. Let's hear from partners too. Marcelo, can you use your microphone now?
Yes, teacher.
Good afternoon. All right, Marcelo, you will talk with Jasmine. Jasmine, please, can you turn on your microphone?
Hi, teacher.
Hello, Jasmine. Good to hear from you. I think we have some time for a good battle of speaking. Yes, we have lots of time. All right, you guys will talk together. You guys will talk together about these 3 questions, okay? Discuss, give opinions, maybe praise each other and say, Marcelo, your opinion was really good. And Marcelo says, oh, Jasmine, I think you're right too, but I think we do it better now, blah, 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 blah. So try to be polite. First question for you guys. Do you know of any other groups of people who are nomadic besides the Tuareg, the Shansavans, and the Aborigines? What do you know about their culture? Okay, start. Now, when the Cambridge examiner will say, talk to each other or start, this is the moment where you see your enemy in front of you and you have a gun in the middle of the floor. And the first person who captures the gun is the one who's going to survive, which means the first person who starts with the conversation, for example, like this. Oh, look, Jasmine, this is a good question. What do you think about that? Then that's the one who is the leader. So decide, okay? You decide.
I'm
Okay,
not
let's
good
go
at
ahead.
talking. Okay.
All right, let's get it rolling. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know very much about them, but I've heard in the news about the Irish travelers. Have you heard of them,
Yes.
Marcelo?
Yeah. Yes. A little, not much, but I don't know exactly a group of people who are nomadic. I don't read so too much, but recently people in Peru are transporting or moving to another place because they can't pay their houses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like everyone lives in cities, and no one is nomadic. Like, no.
Yes, definitely. That's definitely good. Look,
Yeah.
Marcelo,
So I
I like your approach because even though this is a topic that is not of your expertise, okay, you worked it out in a way that was brilliant. I liked it. I don't know much about this, but I heard about these other, and you can also include other people. Nobody's going to tell you, oh, you're wrong. You're not telling the right thing. Not even Jasmine, even though she's a nice person, but I don't think she would say it. But it was good. Now, Jasmine, it was good examples, and you give your opinion, and that's really good. But what I liked is that you took control of the situation. Okay, moving away the little joke that I started with, but yeah, it was good. It's always better if you start the conversation in a pair work of speaking task because it makes you feel more comfortable when you are in control because you let the other person express their opinion and you listen to them and then you prepare your speech, which is really good. Okay, thank you very much. Guys, you guys did amazing. Thank you. Now let's hear with another couple. Let's see who else I can ask. Mr. Andres. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
How are you?
Fine.
Fine?
I think.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very good. That's very good. And Rodrigo.
Hello, teacher.
Good to hear from you guys. All right. So the next battle, question number 2. Remember what I said. The person who's taking control will listen and pay attention and gives the other the opportunity to develop an idea. Question number 2. What do you guys think might be the advantages and also the disadvantages of a nomadic lifestyle? Imagine that your teacher, Mr. Montes, says, you know what? I am tired of living here in the house. I hate the quarantine. From now on, with my children, I will move around all Peru and I will stay there. But I need to know what are the advantages and the disadvantages. Please talk to each other about those. Start now.
Okay. If I talk about the advantages, I think that if you live, I don't know, in the free air, you don't have to pay the water, the lights, or maybe you don't have to clean your house. But the disadvantages is that if you live on a free air, you don't have a place to live with your family, and also you can be eaten by an animal.
Okay, I don't have advantage. I have more disadvantage because if you have a life of change, like if you are now living in Chaclacayo and you want to live in Tumbes, maybe the climate or the people who live there you don't like and you don't update to that change.
Oh, that was good. I liked it. One of you decided to talk about the advantages and the other one took the approach of the negative or the cons. That was really good. But here's one situation that can happen when we become nervous. I'm not saying you guys are nervous, okay? But this can be also a disadvantage during this topic of conversation. We tend to speak up and cover all the topic and cover so much that we don't interact with the other partner. And this is more like an interaction group, because communication works that way. One person transfers information, the other decodes it, and then goes back to the person to continue with this flow. It's back and forth. But it's not just about one person focusing on one and the other one in the other one. So you should, kind of like playing like soccer, where you kick the ball to the other guy's court field, and then vice versa. All right. But I thought it was good. So, but for next time, if we do a pair work like this, try to mix, to combine, to play between each other. All right. Just go back and forth. But that would be good. Thank you so much for participating. Last question. Let's see. Who else can I have? Maybe two ladies. Okay, girls. Question 3. The article says that many of the Shansavan believe that their grandchildren won't live in the same way. Why do you think that might be? This is a very long question, right? So the Shansavan people, they think now that things are changing with culture, and technology, their children don't want to follow their steps. Why do you think this is happening for them, or why they think that way? Let's hear from Anel and Samantha. I'm sorry. Then Samantha and Jimena talk to each other.
Hi, teacher.
Okay. Are we ready? Samantha, are you ready?
Yes, she's ready.
Yes.
Oh, okay. There you go. Remember, question 3. Start now.
I think it's because Shansavan think that the generation is evolving and the culture might be dying. That.
Or because everything changed, maybe.
Are you guys asking me? Or you guys are talking?
No.
Okay, the idea is you guys talking together and finding out the answer to this question. Why do you think that the grandchildren, they don't want to follow the steps of the grandparents? Continue.
Okay. Shansavan people, old people, might think their grandchildren, they're not gonna live their culture like they did.
Yes. And everything changed.
Yeah, because time is evolving, and I don't know, that's practically it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you guys. Yep, thank you very much. Now we can continue with the writing of an email. Let's see the time. Oh, we have good time. Okay, we have to read this email. It's an informal though. The content in the email right here on the top that we can read. It's about a group of people. They are from the cold area. They are the Inuit people. We have to read this email in order to answer these questions. The reason why we answer these questions is because we need to focus on the entire message of the email. So in a way, these questions of comprehension are made for you to pay attention to all the email and get them later to get some ideas in order to write your own version. Okay, so this is the process. First, read the email to answer these questions, and number 1. Then number 2, try to get vocabulary with these expressions here, because it's better to do writing with chunks or expressions, and idiomatic expressions, by the way, than just small words. And then number 3, we try to identify the ones that we have to use for writing per se. In question 4, we imagine that we are in the same situation as Karen. Karen is going through a nice intercultural change. We need to imagine ourselves in her shoes. And then finally, we write an email to a speaking friend, which in this case will be your teacher, but as a friend. No? So you will send the email to me and you direct it to any person. for example, to your best friends, and you write it between 150 to 200 words, following this model, right, about this situation. So this is what we are supposed to do today. But obviously we have only 5 minutes left, but we can continue this on Monday. I think that would be obviously suitable for this. All right, have a good afternoon, people, and bye, everybody.
Bye, teacher.
Goodbye,
Bye.
teacher. Have a good
Goodbye,
afternoon.
Pamela.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.